Well, it's turned into a scorcher here in Washington, Pennsylvania, both in the car and on the track, apparently. You know what? The easiest way to win races is drive horses that can't lose. I found that out a long time ago. A Mordiner, that's quite the trip that colt just went. I don't care that he's 3-2 or whatever. It didn't matter to me. We know he's good enough to win the class if he gets a trip, but how do you work out a trip from the 8-hole? You're going to have to get away 6th or closer. You can't get away 8th. You just can't do it. You can't, you hope for a little bit of luck. So I go out of there. It looks like there's no room. It looks like we're about to get parked. And that's a real shitty feeling. To go out of there with a horse you know can win, look left, size up the situation, and know to yourself, you're about to get parked. That is a real crummy feeling. But, driving a trotter, especially when you're getting parked, especially one that looks like he has a chance, is much like getting in a fire, getting caught in a fire. Don't panic and head for the exit. So you need to just, if you can, just keep the horse advancing at the leader, especially a young horse that's got a little grit to him. And we know that Diener has. We know that he's got talent. Certainly didn't know he could do that. Nobody knew he could do that. But a little bit of talent, and most importantly, to drive a horse that wants to win, right? This is a well-bred colt. I touted him earlier on in the spring to many of you that are owners in the horse now. And I said, listen, he's got some talent, he's got some go, he's well-bred. He's kind of a nice colt. And luckily we have clients that listen to me and bought into him. I like everything about this colt. Always have, But again, you don't know that a horse can do that. That's a tough trip. That's a tough trip to ask any 2-year-old to do. Just leave, sit on the outside, continue to grind away, attack when you should be exhausted, and drive away a winner. That doesn't happen very often. Now, I'm not saying he's special, but I'm saying he absolutely could have raced in the Sire Stakes today. Man, that was a good mile. It was a good mile from that horse. And they interviewed me after the race, and I said, clearly he's a better horse than I am a driver. So, what are you going to do? I mean, if he had been a beaten third, I wouldn't have come on, crying and whining, I should have done this, I should have done that. I knew what I had to do. You're going to have to go out of there. I don't want to go out of there 100 miles an hour, and put him on the run or put him in a compromising position. These are 2-year-olds also. Number one rule of driving trotters, and most definitely 2-year-old trotters, keep them trotting. He didn't seem... some horses, when they get caught in an unfamiliar position or a bad spot like that, will panic. Much like the first time you get dumped in the water, right? Panic a little bit. He didn't. He stayed cool, calm, collected. I just let him advance on the leader, who was clearly the horse to beat. I just continued to let him advance. And then when I did call on him in the last turn, somehow he had some kick left to him. And, we drove away from them. So it looked great. Another flashy type drive that really wasn't that good. But there's nothing I can do from the 8-hole. I mean, if I had it to do 10 times out of 10, I would have driven the same manner. It's just the way it was. That's the draw. That's the position the draw put us in. And as I say all the time, we play the hand we dealt. And, luckily we bluffed our way to the winner's circle. So he powered through and raced really well. And I was very proud of him. Very proud of the way he behaved. And again, the training we put into him shines through. For a horse to behave in the manner he did and pull through for a victory was impressive. So, good for him. Rose above it, raced good. Got run into a couple of blind switches in the race. He's just such a sweetheart to drive. Both those horses were very good to drive today. You're driving 2-year-old trotters, especially in stake races or overnights. You always want to get them in a comfortable position, and it's not always easy. Rose above it, just put his nose right on the gate and ask him to trot forward. He's obviously, he wasn't going to win in 57 today, but if I get a clear shot at the leaders in the last turn, who knows? Maybe I do win. But he was good enough to win today and raced very, very well. Very impressed with that horse. 2 very polite, pretty talented horses to drive today, and we're very fortunate to have them. Now, the other 2 colts just simply aren't good enough. We knew that going in. I've already posted them on Gate. Nothing against Hope's Reprise or Prince Tab. They're just not good enough. Prince Tab, similar build to Rose Above It. Similar build to a Mordiner. but they just don't have. He doesn't have that killer instinct now. Hope Surprise was hitting his knees pretty good. He doesn't get over the Meadows surface that well. He was hitting his knees pretty good, made a break behind the gate, and Hunter said he was just hitting his knees the whole way. This horse had barely picked at them at Northfield Park, so I'm sure some shoeing changes are in order, and maybe a number of changes are in order, but the first change in order for Hope Surprise is a change of address. So for those of you out there that are my partners on those two horses, you guys know, I don't have to tell you, it is what it is. We put the same work into Prince Tab and Hope Surprise that we put into Rose Above It and Amor Diener. It just didn't work out, and it's not going to work out. We buy a number of horses, you're going to have to weed some of them out, and those two guys got to go. So two real good results today, two poorish results, but I don't think either were astonishingly shocking. I suppose the win by Amor Diener, if you'd have said to me at the quarter pole, how you making out there, big fella? Not so good. Not so good. Not cool. So it turned out to be a pretty good day here in Pennsylvania. I'll post a video later on. I gave Hunter Myers a ride to the Meadows today and spoke to him about a number of things, and about himself too as a driver, and it was pretty cool. So if you take the time, I know a lot of you guys watch my videos, but watch the video on Hunter Myers, just talking about himself, how he came about, who he is, and there's also some updates on there on our horses. Now, one update I forgot to give everybody today, and a lot of people are going to be asking about it, is an update on Purple Aura. She trained good today. I don't think she's perfect, but she's moving forward. I think she was better today than she's been in a while, so we'll continue to move forward. 8 hole sucks again. We didn't draw great with anybody this week, but we'll try and turn some more lemons into lemonade Northfield on the weekend. So that is an update from the Meadows, post Meadows. I will talk to you all very, very soon. We got West 52nd tonight, and we got a number of other horses racing in Ontario and other parts of North America. So good luck to everybody. Good luck to all the groups. I will talk to you all very, very soon.